Hey everybody, it's the Nitty Professor here, and I am here with a ginormous pile of yarn. Try to focus in a little bit for you with Benny, who's diligently cleaning himself. And I thought it might be fun to consider some of this yarn because a lot of it I'm not sure what to do with. So when I first started knitting a few years back, I won a ball. I went to Goodwill, not just locally, but in a lot of different places because I didn't have a lot of money. And that was when my kids were a little younger, but I really wanted to try different knitting, and I wanted to use the best quality yarn that I could, and the only way I could afford that was to buy it, to thrift it. So I ended up with quite a variety, because if I saw wool, I snapped it up. You could buy like a whole bag sometimes, those bags that like a comforter would come in, and that thing would just be full. And if it had a lot of wool, I would keep it, or animal fiber, or even if it was like, partially acrylic, I would later just give the acrylic back because that's not my bag, but I would keep the wool. So I thought it'd be fun to take a look here at some of these finds that I don't know what to do with, and I'm not going to give them up because I got to figure out something, and I thought maybe I would pick your brain. So here's an interesting find here, so just have a look at that. This is bulky to the max. And I think it's like, a part of me would be tempted to undo this, but I kind of feel like that's not what you're supposed to do. This is literally a Rowan yarn. It's called Biggie Print. 100 grams of merino. So Rowan Biggie Print. And of course, that's why I snapped it up. Pretty sure it's made in England. Let's check here. See if I can figure out where it's made. No. Well, having trouble getting to the label. We're going to ferret this out here. Of course, the company is based in England. So, that really doesn't say. It just says 100% merino and Home Firth, England. So, I don't know. It could have been made somewhere else. I wouldn't be surprised if it was made somewhere else. But yeah, it's wool, and I've got 2 skeins of it. They're sort of, disheveled, but, and the same thing always comes to mind. I could make a hat, I could make a scarf, I could make a hat, I could make a scarf. I haven't yet tried my hand at like a bulky knit type of sweater. That could be kind of fun. What would you do with that? I would love to know. Let's see, here's another one I have picked up. Again, it was wool. It says merino right on it. Jumbo merino. 100% merino wool. Don't know where it's from. And Lord knows how old this is, because this is the original price tag, right? Lord knows how much it would cost today. And of course I picked this up at Goodwill. I've got 2 of them. Really cute. Just giant bulky yarn. Would be fun to do something with it. I'm sure it'd be fun to knit up. Maybe Benny needs a dog bed. Here's a find. Look at this. This is Noro. Label's kind of breaking off. Where are you going, Ben? 100% wool. The Corian. And I've seen that advertised. It's probably a $20 skein. To me, I don't think much is off of there. It's beautiful. Look at that. That would be easy to do like a hat with. Or I could combine it with something. That would be really nice. What else have we got? There's a lot to pick from here. Obviously, I'm not going to go through all of this, but I thought I would give you some highlights. This looks like it's hand spun. Talk about random. It'd be interesting to combine this with some mohair or something, to give it a little more structure, because I kind of feel like this would just pull apart. To me, that's clearly hand spun. I can't imagine that it's not. But done in a way that's, let's call it casual. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with that, but it's kind of cool. Here, this is kind of a bronze color. It's definitely a single. If it's spun, it's not really spun much, but it has a nice smooth texture to it. That's all I have. It's like a tidbit, But then sometimes I would run across like this. So I have 3 skeins of this gorgeous tweed. But, it's not like it's a sweater's quantity, And then I have this which is similar, but it's bulkier. I think it's a different weight. So I could combine them, but it might cause some challenges. And this brand is Soho Tweed, made in Ireland. That's why I picked it up. I was like, this is wool. It's made in Ireland. Of course I'm going to pick that up. 3 skeins. I don't know. Could I make a vest? Well, I could combine it with some. Maybe I could combine it. Look at this. Isn't that fun? That's really kind of distinctive. It's got like a black thread running through it. It's beautiful. I mean, maybe it would go. Could be a really interesting sweater. Here's another sort of tweedy yarn. I don't know. Do these go together? Possibly. And here's a gorgeous black. A single spun, beautiful black yarn. And I wear black surprisingly often, so it might be interesting to put that into a scarf. What else? Oh, this is just crazy. This stuff. It almost looks like yarn rickrack. Again, I could tell it's wool. How would you even spin that? There's literally no indication of where it came from. All I can tell is it's wool, it's fun, and I have zero idea what to do with it. I'm going to do something. I don't know, maybe I'll have to make a rug. Here's another jumbo one. This is from Italy. Well, it's a German brand. Gadifra? Gigante. That looks like Italian. It's definitely a German brand. It's got a German label on here. It says the location is Coates Zalach. Coates GmbH Zalach. I don't know. But it's made in Italy. So it is made in Italy. Beautiful. I mean, it's just a gorgeous bulky yarn. Maybe I could use it with the other jumbos that I was looking at. What else have we got here? Just crazy stuff. I mean, what is this? If I saw it in a hank, I could make more sense of it. But boy, it's got a wonderful texture. It seems to be a worsted weight, maybe a heavy DK. I don't know. I don't know what to make with it. I don't know. Here's something this is so odd. Fine cotton chenille from Rowan. It's a little fuzzy. I have so many pets. Some nice woman was like, I miss your cats. And I was like, well, I'm filming from my bedroom and they're not allowed in here. Only the dogs, right, Benny? The cats do no-nos. I have too many of them. But this is a beautiful cotton chenille. 89% cotton. Not sure what this... Well, it says home for England. Is that where it's made? I don't know. Maybe. Black cotton chenille. What if I use that in a sock? Here's another one. I mean, very, very distinctive. It's a tweedy looking yarn like the blues. Could I combine these? It's not the same, but it is similar. It seems to be a similar weight. It's got some neps in it. Very interesting. Very interesting. More rainbowy stuff. This is another baby print from Tacky Yarns. It's just gorgeous. Again, it's so rare for me to knit anything in bulky, but I feel like I'm going to have to start. This is, again, it's made in Italy. And to me, when I see made in Italy, I think all my trips to Italy when I was an art history major, and I'm like, Italy, I have to go back there, I mean, to me, that makes it special. I couldn't resist it. Of course I had to buy it if it was made in Italy. Look at this giant skein ball thing it's got a bunch of stellina, but it's got some brown, some purple, some orange. I mean, it's just an incredible. This would make a nice scarf. This would kind of make a nice scarf. It's probably enough, especially if I added it with something else. Here's a really pretty, isn't that nice? It's an olive colored sort of zebra stripey thing. But it's the only skein. It's the only skein that's like it. So maybe I could pair it with this random. I got a lot of this random type white single. I mean, it's not quite unspun, but it's barely spun. That could be combined. Let's see what else is worth showing. Here's that bronzy color again. Oh, I gotta find it. It's got a mate. Look at that. It's got a mate. This one. This one's beautiful. And I don't know where I picked this up. Probably at a flea market. Johnson's mohair. It says 50% mohair, 50% wool. I think I got this at a flea market in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I had to have it, probably because of how it feels. Another kind of a rick-racky looking weird yarn. For a while I was doing series on weird yarns in TikTok. That was kind of fun. This one is also, this feels more rustic, very rainbowy. Would be interesting to combine this with mohair to do a hat. Here's another one, more bulky, interesting colors, more of a pale faded type of bulky yarn, and we have, you know, differing widths, differing weights. So I mean, here it's almost like a worsted, but then it goes to a bulky. And this is a very interesting, I don't know if this is hand spun. It almost looks hand spun. It really looks hand spun. If you look at the way those colors, they just don't seem to be organized in the way the machine would do it. And it has a wonderful halo and a rough texture to it. Very, very woolly. This feels like a chenille. I have no idea what to do with this, but maybe I could make cat toys. I don't know. It's very interesting. It's fun even just to, you know, to feel it and just look at it and contemplate it for what it is. Here's one that has like some glitter embedded in it. No idea, but it could be in a hat. It could be in a hat. I'm not sure I'd want to wear it next to my skin with the aluminum foil, but it is certainly interesting. Here's another beautiful, this is one of my favorite rainbow balls. Look at the colors. They're so warm. So we have some blues and greens in there, but it's also a more even weight. I feel like this could be maybe integrated with a mohair and would work out pretty well. Here's one that's similar, but it's a thinner, more of a DK weight. It's got some darker colors in it. Some blues, reds. Fascinating. Here's some more of the glitter. More glitter. I think I ended up with a couple of skeins. But again, I was like, it's wool. I'm going to buy it. This has a very soft texture. It's sort of a red-orange. It looks really red, but the light's low in this room, so I think it's kind of got some orange. And then I have some giant bulky yarns. Let's see. This is some hand spun. Actually, I got this from a friend of mine. And this is an orange sherbet color. Some hand spun. Here's more of a DK weight. This ball was wound up really tight. But look at that halo. It's a very rustic yarn. Don't know what to do with it. Just one ball. You know, with one ball, it's like, what am I going to do? And this, actually, it's kind of similar to this one, but it's more orange. And it's less spun, but extremely soft. And therefore, I had to adapt it. And we're getting down to just a few more interesting ones. I kind of love this brown and periwinkle color mixed together. That's so pretty. I may have to do just some random striped stuff. Look at this. This is another one of those where it's like a single with different weights. Very interesting colors. And that's it. That's the whole ball. That's the whole ball. Similar to this baby right here. This is more of that. It looks like it's hand spun. And that's all I have of it. So yeah, the rest is starting to get even more ridiculously. It's like, you know, you buy a whole bag full and then you buy it because it has this in it. And then it has 20 other kinds of yarn in it. And I weeded out what I knew I wouldn't use. This is 73% mohair. It's Dive Biella, made in Italy. It's a heavier mohair from what I have generally. It's definitely a, you know, this is at the very least a fingering weight yarn. Extraordinary halo. So it's tempting to combine that. But if you have suggestions for me, some of this is just left over from previous projects. But what should I do with, you know, some of these yarns? I mean, there's a lot of beauty and potential in what I have here. Yeah, it's like a head scratcher, you know. So love to hear your comments, and I'd be curious if you have such a crazy assortment. Here's more of random yarn like me. So y'all have a nice start of your week. Advent is here, and I'll be back soon. Maybe I'll have some ideas next time, but be sure and share yours. Bye.